Welcome to the ACHR News Newsmakers podcast. We're at the annual HARDI Conference in Las Vegas, and Joshua McCaffrey, Technical Support Manager at the HVAC manufacturer ACHR, along with Jack Ernest, Vice President of Sales, have stopped by to talk about the company. Joshua and Jack, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get right into the questions. Joshua, can you start by giving us a brief overview of ACHR and tell us what sets the company apart from the legacy HVAC brands?
Of course. What sets ACHR apart from the rest of the industry and propels us into the future is the fact that we are a technology company. We pride ourselves in the technology that we have, and what we did is we developed a type of equipment around the technology. That gave us the ability to make the technology and the equipment work together seamlessly and provide the customers with top-notch HVAC equipment with the most cutting-edge technology that the industry has to offer. And then we match that with a 10-year parts, 10 years labor, 10 years monitoring after-sales support, which really tells people that we stand behind our product.
Okay. With the industry pushing for strategic electrification, how does ACHR help distributors capture the growing demand for high-performance heat pumps in the premium residential market?
So again, our technology surpasses us in this field because it gives us the ability to have high SEER ratings. We can go up to 20.5 SEER. We have hyperheat. We have true cooling technology to where we can go down even into the 20 degrees and we'll still cool. We can heat all the way up to 85 degrees. So our range total is negative 22 in the heating all the way up to 135 for cooling. So that gives us a range to fit every market, and we do this at a very high SEER rating, and the inverter technology helps us do that because we're staging the compressor accordingly, and it gives the system a seamless operation at a very low amps, so we can run longer and draw less power, making it more energy efficient and greener for the homeowner.
How does ACHR's cold climate heat pump performance compare to traditional gas furnaces in northern markets?
That's a good question. That's questions asked to us a lot, and it's asked because, as you just said, the traditional market for northern climates, because it's cold, is gas furnaces, boilers, so on and so forth. And their model is high heat, fast heat, but it's inconsistent. So the furnace runs on, off, runs kind of on an inconsistent pattern. And how our equipment works better is we increase the runtime. So we're going to run longer, but it's going to give you more of a constant temperature in the house. Our equipment goes down to a lower temperature. Like I said previously in the previous question, we can go down to negative 22 degrees. With our new model, we're at 100% capacity at 5 degrees. And we can even go a little better depending on the install.
Very good. One of ACHR's unique selling points is compatibility with standard 24-volt thermostats. Why did you choose this route instead of requiring a proprietary communicating thermostat like other brands?
We did that because ACHR is all about versatility. We want to be customizable for the application it's installed in, so we want to give the contractor and homeowners options. If we just did a proprietary thermostat, then everybody was forced to use that one thing. And homeowners like their thermostats. They like running the system that they have because they're used to it. So we wanted to not upset them and say, well, here's a better option for you. We're giving you all the bells and whistles and benefits of a full communicating system, but we're doing it with that 24-volt model, giving you that option to use any thermostat that you want. And the only time that we have a special thermostat is if you want to run our heat pump system in 2 wires. We're the only manufacturer out there that can do heat pump mode 2 wires that's non-communicating. We're just using 24 volts to do this. So we took that to the next step with the 24 volt.
Walk us through the eCore IoT Smart Gateway. How does it physically connect to the unit, and what data is it actually collecting?
So installation of the IoT gateway is pretty quick. You match up the port to port, it's a color coded, and you're done. It just looks on the side of the unit. And then it'll transmit up to 26 data points that we have across our furnace, our air handler, our outdoor unit. Everything communicates now through our IoT device. What this does is it gives you the ability to see everything that a technician would see with tools, but we're doing it all for the contractor. So it saves them time. It saves them. Gives them peace of mind that the data is actually correct, and it monitors from the voltage all the way up to the amp draw, so we can tell you exactly how much our equipment is costing that unit or that customer to run inside and outside. So we give you a full picture of how much eCore costs the customer and how much energy they're saving them. And with this all combined, you can do remote diagnostics. You can commission the system through the IoT device. We have two-way communication, so we can update the system. This tells us that if we're always giving the latest and greatest software, you're always getting the latest and greatest piece of equipment that's on the market that's available. So even if you installed a piece of equipment 5 years ago, we can release a software that's going to make that 30% more efficient, because we have the two-way communication, and all of our IoT and our control boards are proprietary. It's ours.
So how does the technology handle the auto charge or refrigerant monitoring during installation? This is often a pain point for installers.
Correct. So as with the technology, and we wanted to bring the technology into the industry, that fully automated charging system has been something that hit and miss throughout the years, and we took it and we redefined it. So there's no extra add-ons that you have to put into it. There's no extra kits that you use. All you do is you hook the tank to the unit, and after it's been vacuumed and all that, and you purge the line, you hook it to the unit, and you put it in auto charge mode. And there's a valve that opens up every 2 minutes and lets refrigerant in as needed. And the reason that the auto charge feature works the best is because it's commissioning the unit for the installation it's installed in. So when you're doing it by weight, you're doing it by lab settings, right? It's not exact. But when you use a fully automated charge with our IoT, you're commissioning that system for the exact install that it's on, making it as efficient as it can for the application it's designed in. Matching that with the IoT diagnostics, and you're monitoring this remotely. You don't even have to be there. It'll automatically exit after 2 hours. It'll tell you if anything needs to be adjusted with airflow, and you're good to go. So it gives you peace of mind, and it frees you up to continue to do other things.
How does the 10-year parts, labor, and monitoring warranty actually work for the contractor? Does it reduce their liability?
Correct. So because we have the IoT device, we're monitoring everything. We have engineers that look at every system that gets installed. We'll note the account. We'll reach out to them if there's an issue. So they have a peace of mind when every piece of equipment that they commission. Plus, when they register equipment, no matter what manufacturer is, there's a pain point of going to the website, everything else. It can take time. With us, you open up your phone, you scan a couple of QR codes, and you're done. It's automatically set up for 10 years parts, 10 years labor, and 10 years monitoring in under 5 minutes. So it's a fast process, and that is backed by our team that is devoted to helping the contractor and the customers.
Jack, this question is for you. Managing SKU complexity is a constant headache for distributors. How does eCore's streamlined product lineup allow them to cover the full range of residential needs with significantly fewer models?
Well, this is a great question, and it's years ago when I first talked with Lewis, who's the CEO of eCore, and his vision of bringing eCore to market with with inverter technology using 2 units as opposed to 14 units. And when I say 14, you would have from an 18,000 to a 60,000 BTU range on cooling only, you would have 7 models. And then with the heat pump, you would add another 7 models, which is traditional what a wholesaler may have to inventory for just one product line to have the whole gamut of product. With E-Core, you take that 14 SKUs and you make it 2. You have one that's a 5-ton, 4 and 5 ton, and then you have another one that's a 3-ton and below that. So with 2 units, you're saving how much space, and warehousing space costs money. And for a wholesaler, they could have hundreds to some thousands of SKUs that they deal with in a warehouse. So by shrinking those SKUs to 2 condensers, as opposed to having 14 on the floor, saves a lot of warehousing space. The other thing is with this, you end up with 2 air handlers, 2 coils, 2 case coils, and you can even bring in, if you're going to do dual fuel, now you bring in furnaces, which you can do with this also. But again, you're shrinking those SKUs down. That's going to save warehousing space. And as we know, space costs money. So with E-Core, there is a huge savings on just space, not even talking about the technology, just inventory, just warehousing space. But with that comes the ability also, as I said, we have a 98% furnace coming out that is also fully modulating, and it's a multi-position furnace that if you're going to do dual fuel. So again, the key with E-Core, when I very first thought of this, because of inverter technology, the genius of shrinking the SKUs to just 2 as opposed to 14 is an amazing savings for wholesale distribution.
Joshua, how does E-Core provide technical support for distributors? Are there local teams or is it centralized?
So we handle support a little different than a lot of manufacturers. The first thing that we do is we go in and we train all of the wholesalers, tech support team, the same as we would our internal team. And then we give them the same tools that they have, or that we have to them to be able to diagnose, be able to put in the information for the tickets. And then we take it a step further. If they need help, we have tech support people throughout the country, northeast, middle, west, everywhere. And this gives us the ability to help whenever needed. We do video, we do phone calls, we do video calls. We also do on-site. We come in for some trainings, and we come in for site visits to help out when needed. But at the brunt of it all, it's not needed much. The E-Core equipment, the way that it's designed, the way the technology is, it's rare that we have to go out and we have to do these visits and we have to do a lot of tech support, because the equipment does itself. It's self-diagnostic. They do it through the app, and a lot of times most of the problem is just a charge issue. If they're not using the refrigerant charge or they're not using the IoT device. So we do have a team everywhere throughout the country.
Jack, for a distributor looking to differentiate, how does adding E-Core to the line card complement the legacy brands that they already carry?
Well, again, going back to the multiple applications that the product line brings with the efficiency, with the IoT, it opens up not just for the wholesaler to offer something, but for the contractor, which again ends up being the very important part of the whole equation of what we do, is for the contractor to separate themselves from the rest of the pack, so to speak. It's one thing just to replace condensers, replace a coil, replace a motor, but when you can go in and you can offer a consumer a product line that is high efficient and is compatible with so many different applications, it sets themselves apart from just the parts changer or the individual that just wants to replace a 3-ton for a 3-ton or a 2-ton for a 2-ton. It really gives them the edge of being able to separate themselves. And for ECOR, it's important for us to have distributors that understand the technology, embrace that technology, and then also reach into that distributor base and find those contractors that really understand a product line that's going to set them apart from just the average, and we need the average guys, and God bless them, but those contractors that like to sell the efficiency, like to sell the bells and whistles, so to speak, to give their customers the satisfaction they're looking for. And again, that's part of what the gateway brings in, is the monitoring that does that sets us apart from a lot of the other manufacturers.
Joshua, supply chain stability has been a major issue recently. How is ECOR ensuring product availability for U.S. distributors?
That's easy. We have our own factories. So we have 2 factories, and we are making sure that we are looking at the forecast accurately to ensure we have enough product here for the customers. And Jack, can you chime in on this one a little bit on what you would think on how we're helping the wholesalers make sure they have the product?
Well, one of the things here is that we inventory, realizing that coming from China to the U.S., there's issues there that everyone knows about and we deal with. But it is important to have inventory available. And that's something, whether it's not just the product, but it's also the parts and pieces, those warranty parts, the replacement parts that are necessary. And that's where ECOR goes a step beyond being an importer of product, not just wanting to sell product into the United States, but also the serviceability of the product, the tech support, and to be able to work with the wholesale distributors so that they can have that confidence that if there is a need for a warranty replacement part, it is available to them.
Joshua, how does the data from the ECOR gateway help distributors with warranty processing and parts forecasting?
So all the data that we collect goes to the cloud, and they can see all the information from the equipment from the second that it's come online. And they can see every part that's been replaced on it. Everything's been tracked through the SKUs on our system and in theirs with the platform that we give them. So it gives them complete overview of what they're going to need and for diagnostics, and the history data can tell them if filters are dirty. The history data can tell them if a thermostat wasn't working right. The history data can tell them if there's a leak in the system. So it gives them the ability to see everything in real time, like they were there at that moment.
What kind of feedback do you get from distributors regarding the profitability or the margin opportunities with ECOR compared to commoditized base models?
So the margin capability of this equipment it can be high. You're selling a affordable luxury brand. This product is backed by the best warranties in the industry, the 10-10-10. It's a good product. It's self-diagnosed. The AI that's into it, it gives them the ability to upsell to the customer because they are getting a very premium luxury brand, and that in itself can affect that margin, especially since there's not very many companies out there that can do what we can do. So it gives them name recognition.
Jack, you want to take part of that answer? Feedback from distributors?
Feedback from distributors it's extremely positive. Again, our focus, and not to repeat myself, and I keep coming back to this, our focus is on it's the value-added distributor, the distributor that looks at a product line or having a product line that it adds that value. And with that comes a satisfaction. Once the distributor embraces the technology, learns the technology, it sets them apart. And again, it's like with any human being. if you have an edge over the competition, whatever it might be, it sets you apart. It puts you in a mindset that you have something that you can rely on. And in our world today, to have a product line that you can have confidence in for a distributor, that means a lot. I mean, with the acquisitions and the changes that we see over the last few years, continue to see coming, having a product line that you have confidence in, it's a big thing.
Well, Jack and Joshua, thanks for joining the podcast. Distributors are always looking for new opportunities, and I'm sure they'll find it helpful to learn about what ECOR offers. Where can listeners look for more information about the company?
They can find on the website ecor.com. They can go to our online learning center, which is the ECOR Hero Academy, and find us on any of the social media sites, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. We're all there promoting it across it all.
Very good. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.